Imagine driving down a dark road, the radio crackling with static, when something not human emerges from the fog. Red eyes, like embers from hell, lock onto you. It's not a bird, it's not a man, it's the Mothman, herald of disasters, whisper of the end. In 1966, a town went to sleep and woke up to terror. What did he come to warn? Or what did he come to cause? Stick with me, because tonight the wings open for you.
November 15th, 1966, Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Roger and Linda Scarberry, with Steve and Mary Millette, cruise the old TNT area. Remnants of a World War II munitions plant, now a maze of ruins and shadows. The air is thick with rust and forgotten echoes. They pull over to smoke, swapping jokes about local ghosts. But then, a sound. Not a scream, but a mechanical screech like metal twisting in the wind. They turn to the darkness, and there it was, a 7-foot figure, body gray as ash, wings folded like a giant moth, the eyes red, hypnotic, piercing the soul. It glided, silent, chasing their car at 100 miles an hour. "It's the Devil!" Roger yelled. They sped to the police station, shaking, swearing on their lives. But it was just the beginning. Or was it the end?
In the weeks that followed, Point Pleasant turned into a waking nightmare. Over 100 witnesses, farmers, miners, children, reported the same horror. The Mothman, emerging from the fog like a specter. One man saw it hovering over the local cemetery, its red eyes fixed on a fresh tombstone, describing the figure as an almost prehistoric animal with grand wings and piercing red eyes, appearing and vanishing as if evaporating. A woman swore it followed her to her doorstep, its wings unfolding like a cloak of death, calling it a man-shaped being with wings almost like a deity, sharing the same red eyes and sudden disappearance. Though the descriptions sometimes differed, all shared common elements: grand wings, piercing red eyes, and the way it appeared suddenly only to evaporate upon leaving. The journalist John Keel arrived in town, drawn by the whispers. "It's not a bird," he wrote. "It's something ancient, something that sees the future." The sightings coincided with strange lights in the sky, UFOs, or secret experiments in the TNT area where toxic chemicals leaked into the soil. The town whispered it was an omen, but of what? Dogs barked at nothing, and the Ohio River seemed to pulse with an insatiable hunger. As terror spread, darker shadows emerged. Men in black, nameless agents with eyes cold as steel, prowled Point Pleasant. They knocked on doors at midnight, grilling witnesses. "What did you see? Describe the eyes." Keel crossed paths with them. Impeccable suits, fedora hats, but something off. Gray skin, robotic movements. They weren't human, he confided. Were they covering the government experiment gone wrong? Radiation from TNT birthing an abomination? Or disguised entities watching the Mothman? One witness vanished after talking too much. Another went mad, muttering about wings whispering secrets. Silence fell over the town, but the rustle of wings lingered, closer every night. December 15th, 1967. The Mothman had been spotted 13 times that week, looming over the Silver Bridge like a fallen angel. Folks felt it. Something was coming. At 4:05 p.m., the bridge, an icon linking Ohio and West Virginia, gave way. A loose bolt? A structural flaw? Or an invisible shove? 46 souls plunged into the icy Ohio, cars crushed like toys. Witnesses on the bank saw a winged shadow on the horizon,
red eyes gleaming one last time before dissolving into fog. Coincidence, or the Mothman fulfilling his prophecy? Keel wrote, "He doesn't cause evil, he announces it. But what if he summoned it?" The town buried its dead, but the echo of those wings never stopped. What if the Mothman wasn't flesh, but spirit? Native legends speak of thunderbirds, guardians punishing the arrogant. In the TNT area, poisoned for decades, he could be a summoned demon, a soul trapped between worlds, drawn to human suffering. Keel reported visions, the Mothman stares, and in that gaze, the future unfolds in horrors. A being from the beyond? A dark psychopomp guiding souls to the void? Or an alien experiment, a biological probe testing our fragility before invasion? Those red eyes judge. And if he returns? Sightings in Chicago, 2011 before deadly storms. The beyond doesn't forget. But what if it was all illusion? Ornithologists point to sandhill cranes, massive birds with red-eye reflections, mistaken in hysteria. The TNT area, laced with dioxins, could spark hallucinations, turning shadows to nightmares. The bridge collapse? Mechanical failure, a worn bolt after 40 years. The Men in Black? FBI probing UFO rumors in the Cold War. No wings, no prophecies, just panic amplified by a small town and media. In 2002, a movie romanticized it, but science says just a bird, a glitch, a fragile mind. Or is reason the beyond's greatest trick? Point Pleasant raised a statue to its demon, turning terror into tourism. But on quiet nights, when the Ohio whispers, some still see the wings. The Mothman flew away, or waited. An omen, a mutation, a star visitor, or our deepest fears. The prophecy hovers. What if he looks at you now? What does he see in your future? Is the Mothman real, a warning, or just a story? Comment now with your theory. What's behind those red eyes?